All right, Brad, I need you to be real quiet.
Okay.
Because we're hiding.
What are we doing?
We're hiding behind this counter and waiting for 3 people to walk out of here. And then we're going to go in and steal the plans to their guns.
I see one person.
Okay, 1's away. There's 2 more going. It's Fallout New Vegas.
Okay. Thanks for clearing that up.
So that's why you don't have your Pip-Boy flashlight on.
Right.
Would they see that?
They would.
Really?
Yeah.
That lessens your hidden status?
Yes.
Interesting. This,
But the real hassle is going to be getting out of here because there are guards outside.
Okay.
And, okay. We're going to get in here. We're going to access this computer.
This is a slightly more tense situation than I expected to start with.
All right. Downloaded those things. If we can get it back to the Caravan folks, they'll give us some money.
Dude, this looks like a Fallout game.
Dude, this is
Like,
a Fallout game.
This is real Fallout.
First thing I did was set my HUD color to
First thing
blue.
you did was ruin your HUD.
No, come on. It's all right.
Blue,
More
ugh.
20 gauge rounds.
How many old 80s looking blue monochrome displays have you seen?
This is
Zero.
It's like 2280. What is it? It's 2281, man. It's the day before Halloween. All right.
Green or amber, those are the only choices.
That's like a soothing.
Yeah,
To be
no,
soothed.
yeah, okay, I'll give you that. I like this game defaults to amber though. Somehow, like that seems like the most insignificant thing.
All right. I think this is where it goes rotten for us.
All right.
If I can back away. Can you tell that I've done this sequence like 20 times trying to get it right?
I wouldn't have guessed 20.
Yeah.
Maybe a couple. Is it? I mean, staying hidden is not like a win condition.
It's
right?
not.
I mean,
It's,
you can,
well, for this mission, they want me to not set off any alarms because I'm conducting a little espionage, a little corporate espionage.
Does it matter though? I mean, could you not just go in and kill everybody and take what you need?
I got out. Oh no!
Oh.
I got spotted.
Yep.
Okay. Well, run like a bitch.
Really though, I mean, like, what's the?
I suspect that
net
when I
effect of
cash
getting
in,
spotted?
I suspect when I cash in this quest, the lady's gonna say like, "Oh, we heard you got spotted. Nice going, jerk."
Oh, so you actually did finally do this properly?
Yeah.
When
Well,
you're
I
playing the
ended
game?
up using a stealth mode. My companion is passed out.
Hey, it's Veronica.
Let's
You're
just
not
go.
Oh, come on.
I can't do anything. She's unconscious.
Oh, you can't revive her?
No.
Really?
No. It's you hit A on her and she just goes like,
She goes,
whatevs. Like just kind of goes, brap, brap,
Wait, so does she ever come back?
makes that noise. Yeah, yeah. She's only unconscious. She'll just wake back up and eventually resurface. Good as new. Don't even
Oh,
have to
okay.
worry about it.
There's no way to permanently lose a companion.
No.
Because they're really pushing companions, not as a new feature in this game, but as like one that's improved and something you actually want to use.
Yeah. I had Veronica with me through most of the game, right up until the point where she glitched out right near the end, and every 3 seconds or so would engage in conversation with me.
So it's definitely a Fallout game.
It is definitely a Fallout game.
Man.
All right, so pretty sure I've gotten away from the gun runners that are trying to kill me here. So let's head back to the Crimson Caravan Company and cash this quest in. They wanted to, they're trying to get into the gun business, and so we had to go to the gun runners company and sneak in and steal some stuff.
I don't know.
I ended up using a stealth boy to get through this one.
Oh, yeah?
To get specifically out that door because I kept getting spotted every time. My sneak is relatively high, but not high enough.
I thought we were gonna have to reboot the Xbox there for a second. That was
On what?
when it sort of sat there for about 5 or 10 seconds without loading.
Is it bad that I've totally gotten used to
I
that?
was waiting for-
and
like, I was
that is
sitting there-
kind of a minor. Here's another.
I was sitting there waiting for you to say something. I was like, did it just lock up? Is he gonna?
Oh God, why am I being shot?
So that's just the game then.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah, when you go to faster, and it's the sort of thing where it starts out kind of fine, and the longer you play it, it sort of degrades.
That makes no sense. That's bizarre.
The frame rate gets worse in spots.
What?
The hitching up like that gets worse. Load times
Huh.
get longer.
Some kind of cache issue?
Well,
or
yeah,
something?
or it just has to process. Like as you do more to the world, it has to think about it more.
Okay.
I don't really.
Huh. That kind of
Dude.
emboldens my decision to play this game on the PC. Wait a minute. You looked down the sights of your gun and shot that guy.
I did.
That's not what you do in this game. That's what you do in this game. Oh my god. I assume that was the effect of Bloody Mess.
Yes, the game still has Bloody Mess.
Man, I think it is a bloodier mess this time, it looks
Yeah,
like.
probably. Caravan shotgun.
Fiend helmet?
This is a fiend. They're hopped up on drugs.
Is that like a raider?
Yeah, more or less.
But more fiendish.
Yeah. So there are workbenches out there and reloading benches and stuff. You can kind of convert ammo into other types of ammo.
2010, the year of the workbench.
Yeah.
Coming right off of Dead Rising.
Yeah. So
I've had enough of workbenches for a while.
if I had a higher science skill, so you can kind of see they have different stats. Like that requires explosives. This requires repair. All that stuff. I actually didn't do any of this stuff while playing the game. I messed around with it a little bit, but it just wasn't. There's so much stuff out in the world. There's so much ammo, and I mean already. This is I'm level 10. This is halfway through the game, if that, or something. This save, and I have what do I have? I have 5,000 caps. By the end of the game, I had 23,000 caps.
Jeez, that's a lot.
So, yeah, I didn't have to conserve ammo or conserve anything. The only caps I was worried about were the ones that were getting peeled the fuck back.
Well, now, are the items that you craft different than the things you can find, or is it just another way to get
It's just another way to
stuff
get
that's out
stuff.
there? Oh, that seems like kind of a waste of time.
There's one perk that, I shouldn't say, there might be a couple of recipes that you can only craft or something like that, but in my experience, I was not left wanting. So we're going to have to wake this lady up to talk to her. Oh, that's not even her. Hey.
Welcome back.
I have the Gunrunner
The
holotape.
gunrunners detected an intruder roaming around, so they'll likely be aware of the theft soon enough.
She's not happy.
This unfortunate circumstance will prevent us from immediately using their blueprints to manufacture weapons. A pity.
So I didn't get as much money, I think. So also, yeah, I was cashing some other
Yes,
stuff.
I understand that he's decided to quit outright and not even ask for compensation. I'm a bit curious what exactly you said to him. Then again, perhaps I'd rather not know. Thank you all the same. Very good. On occasion, it's proven to be more profitable.
This is an NCR lady, I'm guessing?
No, she
Oh, no?
runs the Crimson Caravan company. Here
Oh,
in
okay.
San
But
Diego,
I
so-
see you're getting NCR
A
rep up
prospector
there.
recently came through here.
Oh, yeah.
Are they
yeah.
The
affiliated
most
or
likely
something?
source of these
Yeah,
new
they must
caps
be.
is the old sarsaparilla bottling plant.
Someone is
Over.
manufacturing
Located.
counterfeit bottle caps.
Wait,
What would
how? Caps are
People
caps,
have been
right?
counterfeiting
Oh.
bottle caps forever, but it's
Well,
always
it's that
so
someone's
small
making
scale.
new bottle caps.
Bottle cap press is a whole other threat. We can't have anyone devaluing our currency by mass producing new bottle caps. It's
Dialogue trees.
Yeah.
Man. How many hours did you put into this?
Let's call it 37.
Dang. Over the course of what, like
About
3 days?
2.5 days. Yeah.
Jeez.
Started playing Saturday morning
Okay.
at about 7 or 8.
Yeah.
Finished it at 7 p.m. on Monday.
All right. Was that pretty much maining the story quest, or did you
No, I
kind of go
ended
off
up
the
doing
rails?
a lot of side stuff.
Really? Okay.
I did almost all the side stuff I saw until
Okay.
I got to a point where I was like, all right, look,
Got to finish this.
finish this damn game. And the side quests I had left didn't really seem terribly great. So let's see. Let's do a little more questing. Actually, you know what? Let's just travel the world. I mean, I don't want to get around and spoil a bunch of dialogue and
Yeah,
quests
yeah,
and
yeah.
stuff, but-
Yeah, I just kind of want to see some locations.
Okay, let's
What do you got going on here?
go to the Strip.
Yeah.
Let's see Vegas.
Let's go gamble. I don't know. Let's go take in a show.
Yeah. So the strength of this game is really its writing and its characters. There are a lot of really strong characters that you meet along the way, and you get really interested in the main quest. There are different ways that it can go, and that path is maybe decided a little bit earlier than I would have liked. I tend to like to string factions along until the very end.
They don't
and then
tend to
decide.
like that, though.
Yeah. So
They want a commitment.
you're kind of forced down some roads.
You look new to Freeside, so here's a little advice, friend. Don't go past the Southgate greeter without talking to it first.
I see this is kind of ridiculous because I've already been inside
Those
Vegas.
bots are programmed to vaporize anyone who enters the fenced-in area without authorization from the greeter. The name's Old Ben. I've been living in Freeside since the day I was born. I've done a bit of everything around here. Courier, butcher,
So do you feel like the story
crime,
on the whole
escort,
is,
gun for hire?
I don't want to make this too black and white, but is it better than Fallout 3?
I think that this game, if it were not for its technical issues,
Right.
would be way better than Fallout 3.
But just the narrative stuff,
Yeah.
the dialogue, the plot.
I think the main narrative, the main story is a lot better than the main story in Fallout 3. You don't have to resort to as much side stuff to get something out of it. They do a good job of kind of tying in a lot of the side stuff to where it, granted, I'm sure that there are quest lines that I just completely missed, but I definitely feel like the game was better about cluing me in about stuff that was happening in the world.
My father. Well, I suppose you could look at it that way, but I was packing a whole different kind of heat. No, escort just sounds better than man-whore. Yep, I was damn good at my job, too. But after a while, I just felt like a piece of meat and had to quit. All right.
There we go.
I'm retired, but life has been a bit dull without some kind of action. What's the job? Ah, I get you. So you think because of my past escort work, I'd be interested in that kind of thing. I got out of that work because it just made me feel empty inside. What makes you think I would ever go back to that degradation?
Speech check.
Speech check.
You know what? You're right. I looked at
I
the whole
speeched my
thing
way
from
through the
wrong
ending.
angle.
It requires
Really?
100
Suppose it
speech,
could
but
be a
I totally
loving
did it.
Wow.
to some, while simply relieve stress and tension in others.
Speech seemed like one of those things in Fallout 3 to me that you would
Tell Garrett
absolutely
I'd be happy
not
start
want
at the
to not
Wrangler
max out.
immediately.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
Absolutely.
Nice
Yeah.
change.
Like that is
Speech
perhaps the most useful thing you can have.
like speech is really good for, and science is pretty good in some spots as well. Or intelligence really. But,
Hacking and stuff like that.
for eliminating steps in quests.
Yep.
Like at one point, someone's like, "Man, I would build you this thing that'll let you breathe underwater, but you need to go find a pressure cooker." And I'm like, "Instead, how about you just do this, this, and this?" And they're like, "Damn, you're right. Here you go." And it's just like eliminating annoying steps from quests, like absolutely key.
I mean, it's a lot of eliminating combat, right? And eliminating travel.
Yeah, in some cases.
Like it's.
So there's a good example of why you want to talk to the robots before
Jeez, yeah.
before going onto the strip.
Talk to them.
I've already done it. But the first time you get there, it pops up a forced dialogue, and basically
Okay.
you can't get into Vegas unless you have a passport, or you can pass a credit check by having at least 2,000 caps on you.
Okay.
And maybe I'm just better at this game than people, but I don't know. When I got there, I already had way over 2,000 caps. So there's a whole quest line that you go talk to the king, who works out of a Elvis impersonator school.
Naturally.
With his gang, the Kings.
King and the Kings.
King, yes, he's the king of the Kings, like Triple H. And there's a whole quest line that you can use to get a passport into Vegas from him.
Okay, without fronting the
without
cash.
having the cash
Okay.
on you. So
This
here we
is
are.
This is a pretty decent looking strip.
Yeah, and
Some of the videos and screens they put out of this, it made it look kind of small. Like the scope of Vegas.
well,
didn't
it's
seem-
really like 4 casinos. It's not really the full scope of Vegas.
Yeah,
and
but it
you-
still looks.
yeah.
It's fairly expansive.
So we have Gomorrah here, which is run by the
Yeah.
Omertas, and this is kind of the flesh palace kind of side of things for hookers,
Hang out
whores,
in there.
ladies.
Back again? Need a weapon for an emergency? Mr. Holdout's your guy.
Mr. Holdout's my new rap name.
Simple. You can't bring guns into the casino, that's why. They'll strip you to your fists. Sure, they say you get it all back when you leave. Me? I don't like being without a little insurance. When it's my caps.
Does that actually happen? Like mechanically, your inventory gets emptied when you go in one of these places?
Yes. So let's go in real quick, and I can show you that stuff.
That seems like a bummer.
I like what I see.
Seems like they haven't really changed anything or improved anything on like just the basic animation side, the way the characters like
No,
the way they move and interact with the world.
They do kind of stop and start and
Yeah.
run into position at like an alarming speed
Right.
when it's time for a cutscene and they're not in the right spot.
Well, like, I know,
the
like
whole
her-
thing just comes across like a weird like school play.
It seems very mechanical. Like
Yeah.
her head just sort of like robotically moved to
Yeah.
face you and stuff
Yeah.
like that.
I'm not going to go to Gamora. We'll go into the other
All right.
one of the other casinos here.
All right. Oh wait, you weren't actually even on the strip at that point?
The strip has multiple loads.
Okay.
I assume it's because these are really big buildings or something like that.
Yeah.
But yeah, there's and surrounding the strip there's Freeside, which is you know, kind of more slums, more rubbly than the strip proper.
The outskirts. Old Vegas.
There's Yes Man. We are not going to talk to him.
Is that that one's not voiced by Will Wheaton, is it? I read somewhere that he does a bunch of the robots. Did you even notice that?
I did not notice
That's not
until I saw his name in the credits, and
Right.
I forget what name he was listed under. But
Like, how is the voice acting? Like, they really...
It's good.
They really talked up all the celebrity voice cast they have.
you know, other than Michael Dorn, I didn't pick out any.
Really?
I didn't
He's
pick
the
out
one?
any of the celebrity
He's the
voices.
only one that's
he's the one that was like, oh, that's Michael Dorn.
Right.
The rest of them,
Really?
like,
Chris
I didn't-
Christopherson didn't...
nope, did
Oh,
not realize
really?
it was him. I don't think I ever encountered Danny Trejo.
Really?
So here we go. As soon as I step into the casino, they're like, "We want your guns." Because of my sneak being what it is, I believe that's what governs me saying, "Yeah, okay, I'll give you all my guns,
There
except for the
you
ones I'm
go.
not going to give
Oh,
you."
a friendly word of advice. If you happen to stumble across any weapons during your stay here, well, just don't wear them openly. You dig? Now that we got that little business out of the way, what can I do to... Have a good time, baby.
All right. So we have slot machines, we have blackjack, and we have roulette.
And you can just play all this stuff?
Yep, but we're gonna
As-
need some chips first.
right.
So let's. Gambling, I didn't really do a ton of it. Eventually, if you do well enough, you get kicked out of the casino, or at least prevented from gambling.
Welcome to the Tops. How can I help you?
And you get different types of currency, so you can just go caps, but you also get money
weird.
from the Legion,
Okay.
and money from NCR.
How many chips would you like?
Can you exchange that stuff all over the place? Like, if you have a bunch of NCR bucks?
You can kind of sell your NCR money for caps at
for
any
caps,
store.
Caps
How
are
many
still
chips would you like?
the base
Yeah,
currency.
yeah,
Okay.
caps are what matters. So let's get 8 chips for $20
Here's your
NCR.
Man, a lot of faction stuff in this. It almost seems like it would
Here's
be a
your
lot to
chips.
keep up
Is there
with.
anything-
It's
Like-
not that much
Like your
because
faction rep, like your faction currencies.
the currencies only come into play here.
Okay.
It doesn't really matter anywhere else. You're just picking him up off corpses, basically.
Okay.
But in terms of rep, we can go over here. No, where's that? That's general. So these are not all the factions in the game, but
Wow. That's still a decent number of factions.
yeah, but not all of them matter. I mean, that's the
Okay.
town of Novak, really.
Okay.
So it's
yeah, and like Good Springs is the town you start in.
Yeah.
Okay.
So you'll be, liked in towns or hated depending on what you do there. If you just go through and kill everybody, then they'll attack you on sight. Whereas if you're idolized and the stores there will start to give you a discount.
Right.
It's your NCR and Legion rep that really kind of matter. Those are the two big factions. And at this point, I haven't even met the Legion yet at this point in the game. So.
Is it like a 5-point scale, sort of like neutral, accepted, liked?
The first time it comes up, they explain it, and it starts at neutral, but it eventually can become mixed. It doesn't go back to neutral. It just says, like, you've done some good and some bad here, so they're not sure what to make of you.
Okay.
It's kind of the equivalent of neutral, but...
But it's not a very broad spectrum of levels.
it'll go like accepted to liked to idolized.
I asked because so I fired this up real quick last night on the PC. Basically, went into Good Springs where you start and killed everybody, just because I wanted to see.
dick.
I just wanted to see how the game ran and like play with VATS a little bit.
Yeah.
So like I killed all the quest givers at the beginning, so I couldn't do any of the starting quests.
Right.
And I got to hate it. Like it was like, all right, now you're neutral in Good Springs, and then like 2 minutes later, I killed some more people. It's like you are hated by Good Springs.
Right. Yeah.
I still walked into the general store after that.
Right.
And the guy acted like nothing had happened and sold me some stuff. Like,
He probably charged you more.
Oh,
But, I think the shopkeepers are going to be the shopkeepers regardless, because that'd
Okay.
probably be kind of game breaking if they did that. So.
I was surprised he didn't just like attack me on sight when I walk into his store, but
15, huh? It's showing a king. Got to hit 15. Ugh.
Yeah, that's a losing proposition. You're,
all right.
never going to come out ahead on that.
Pull that out.
Well, once in a while.
Yeah. 17.
Oh, you stand on
16. I'll stand on 17.
That's too risky.
I got to stand 17 against potentially 16.
Yeah.
He's got to hit 16.
Right.
See, I win.
Yeah, which means he will likely bust on a 16.
Yeah.
Ooh.
19. Soft 19. Soft 19.
That's a toughie.
Potentially
you know what?
against
Actually,
20.
I'd probably hit that. Yeah, because... Well,
I think I should hit soft 19, hoping to get 20.
Yeah.
That'd probably be the right move, but...
Oh, dude, I don't know. Well, he's showing a 10. I mean...
Yeah, there you go.
All right. That's why they call it gambling.
I assume this is single deck.
Are you counting the cards?
No.
I wonder if you can count the cards in this.
I don't know.
I wonder if it even tracks the deck properly.
17.
What would happen if John Carmack were to play this?
Right. Stay on 17. Your luck rating factors into this stuff too. So I think if you went in with a luck 10 character, you would win a lot. 19, yeah, bastard. All right. So far, dealer showing 10 has been working out pretty well for me. We're gonna double down.
So it sounds like, at least in your experience, money is no object in this game.
Hell no.
So gambling is pretty much just here if you want to play,
Yep.
right? Otherwise, it's kind of pointless, right?
Yeah. I mean, it kind of depends on how you play. Like, I was definitely picking up a lot of weapons and repairing them myself, and not really focusing on keeping one weapon over the course of the game. It's interesting because they have.
In what currency would you like your pay?
Get my money back
Caps
here.
it is. Thank you.
So there's a whole weapon mod system in the game now. They added that. I don't have any weapon mods on me, but if we go into weapons, I can basically hit left bumper and it comes up, and you can attach things like scopes and silencers. But all of those items are specific to guns. So you find a silencer for a 22 pistol, and then you can make a silenced 22 pistol. But I never cared enough about any one gun in the game to want to mess with that at all. Because then at that point, you're like, well, I want to make sure that this specific gun is in good shape.
Right.
I was just like, whatever. I want to use whatever I've got, basically at any time.
Do the mods get more elaborate or unusual than stuff like silencers? That seems pretty basic.
It's like scopes. There's some weapons that'll cut the weight in half for some of the heavier weapons.
Okay.
So you can have like a lightweight flamer.
That's pretty useful.
Yeah.
You get like bigger magazines, stuff like that.
I believe so.
But it's not really dramatic, like property changing mods.
No,
really,
not
just
that
sort of
I've
little
seen.
enhancements.
There's also ammo, so you can use like armor piercing ammo and stuff.
Okay.
That's kind of where you're getting more of a property change.
Okay.
So exiting the casino, I get all my stuff back. So I've got my baseball bat and my shotguns and so on. I've also got.
Does that say that gun?
I got that gun.
What, dude? Let's check out that gun. That's okay. That's a gun. Whoa! Holy shit! That was uncalled for.
Absolutely.
So is the whole of New Vegas on your ass now, or just this guy?
Probably just this guy. I like that you can do headshots.
That's pretty good. Oh, later, Securitron.
So now I have some infamy on the strip for
Okay.
doing that. It's got some 9 milli rounds.
All right.
Scrap metal.
Is there a guy who will buy all your scrap metal?
Yep.
Really?
Well, there's a guy that you can give your scrap metal to for faction.
Okay.
You can grind faction with the boomers for scrap metal.
All right, we've seen a lot of Vegas. Is it possible to fast travel out into the wasteland from here?
Sure.
I'm just kind of curious.
Maybe
to see
not
just-
while these guys are shooting.
Yeah, that could be a trouble. I'd like to see a little bit of daytime too. Maybe you can just wait into some sunlight.
Yeah.
I just want to see, I just want to get a sense of what the landscape looks like.
Let's go to. Let's go to the El Dorado. Oh, I can't.
Oh.
There. These guys don't. Oh, that's this grenade indicator right
Oh
there.
my goodness.
At this point, we're probably just gonna die.
Awesome.
Can I talk to him? No. There's no going back on
Robots are not made for talking.
that. Here's the NCR embassy.
So if you have really good rep with those guys and you're getting chased by something, would they fight with you?
I don't don't know. Never really found myself in that situation.
Yeah, I'm trying to get a sense of like how much this rep system actually affects.
It never really seemed like that big of a deal. It kind of replaces the karma system.
Okay.
But the karma system's still in here, which is...
yeah, that seems weird to me.
It leads to some really strange moments because, you know, it's like, here I am picking a lock at a casino because I'm trying to save someone from cannibals, and picking the lock gets me negative karma.
Right.
It's like, what do you... Nuh-uh.
Welcome to the NCR Embassy. Ambassador Crocker can be found in his office through the door to my right and at the end of the hall. Sir?
So this guy will give you some NCR missions.
So I would imagine that's where the faction standing comes in. Like, you probably wouldn't get those missions if...
I'm glad you could make it.
Sort of. At some point in the game, they'll say, look, man, we know you've done, or not necessarily these guys, but there's a faction that'll say, we know you've done some dirt against us, but you should come talk to us. We'll give you amnesty, and it's the only time we'll offer it.
Huh.
So there's...
I'm sure you've
That's
noticed
cool.
that things are a little
See that
tense
making
around
the
here
game
with
feel a
all
little more
the issues
dynamic.
between
Yeah, I
the
mean, they want you to
NCR
meet all
and
parties
Mr.
involved, I think,
House.
from a gameplay perspective.
Right.
It's important.
Like, you get a chance to like learn what each faction is
Right.
about
To be honest
before you
with
decide
Yes.
who to align
Yeah.
with.
NCR
That's
is in a
cool.
tight spot. But if we
And the
fail
Legion
now,
are a bunch of
it's
slave-driving
our
scum,
business.
so
Wow.
I'm not willing to let that
I didn't want to side with
I don't
them.
think
Yeah,
you're the
screw
kind
those
of
guys.
person-
Who did you go with?
To the northeast,
Or should I ask?
I would like you to get in contact with them.
You
Whatever
don't wanna
it
say.
takes to convince them to help us.
I don't want to say.
Unfortunately,
Okay.
No,
Does it
I mean,
give- does it give away
guess,
something?
can I say who the factions are? There are basically like 4 ways that I feel like the end could go.
Okay.
someone with your background
And it's these guys, the NCR. There's the Legion. There's Mr. House, which is kind of the mystery man that runs the strip.
Okay.
Or maybe none of the above.
Aha! All right. Enough said. You know what? I don't even want to know. I want to play this game.
Yeah.
So don't tell me.
Much appreciated. Once you've talked to them, come back and let me. Thanks for doing this. Remember, we need their resources to help us in the upcoming battle. Do whatever it takes.
Caravan is the other game you can play. So I never bothered to learn how it was played.
I always
Not even
have
for the
time
achievements.
a good game of Caravan.
Not even for the achievements.
Man, that's saying something.
Oops. It's basically a game you play with 30 cards, and they can be from different decks and the same, you know, like, I don't know. I don't know. I don't know how it's played. They give you instructions in the form of like a note that you can look at in your Pip-Boy, and it's not really great. So I can go through my face-up cards here, and apparently I can't play Queen first there. Why? Huh?
Is this an actual game, or did they just make this up?
I don't know.
I'm sure we could find out.
I know at some point they released like the rules to it for, you know, for if people wanted to play Caravan on their own. To which I say, good luck with that. Drop a queen right there. Why? Cause. Anyway, let's forfeit because that's
Later.
boring. There's also a challenge system. You saw it there. It said like, you know,
that.
2 out of 5 lose games of Caravan.
I saw that when I was playing last night.
Yeah. So there
wondering what that
are.
was
I
about.
think we actually look at some of those. Yeah. No.
I think it's under quests.
Reputation.
I think if you go to quests,
Quests, challenges. Yeah. No.
there should be a toggle on one of these screens. I swear it was on quest. You have to like hit a button. Or it's MISC, I think.
MISC,
Yeah. There it is.
Challenges. Okay, so, you know, kill enemies using unarmed weapons.
Yeah. Okay. Yeah, so
Kill
it's
these animals.
almost like Modern Warfare style, just like
Yeah.
kill X number of these with Y.
Right.
Kind of
So
stuff.
completing these, you get an experience point bonus.
Okay.
And in some cases, also an additional perk. So like Bug
Wow.
Stomper is also a perk
Oh wow.
that gives you bonus damage against insects.
That is awesome.
And there are multiple ranks of it. So when I finish this, it actually just resets. So when I kill 50 more, it says now you got Bug Stomper rank 2.
That's great.
Same deal with animal control.
Yeah.
But a lot of them,
really cool.
but a lot of these are just
for fun.
just for,
And experience.
for extra experience.
Which comes in handy because the level cap's 30.
The level cap's 30. I
Right
finished the
off
game
the-
at 20.
right off the bat,
I finished
really?
the game at 20.
Really?
So
Okay.
there's, a lot more room to go out and quest.
Still plenty of level cap left for the forthcoming DLC.
Right. Yeah.
Which
much.
is apparently Xbox exclusive.
Are
you buying that?
Timed exclusive.
Did they say timed exclusive?
They did.
Oh, they actually said that. Okay.
Yeah, they
okay.
did say it would debut.
It seemed
it
seemed crazy that it would only come out on the Xbox.
What are these gentlemen doing here?
Yeah. Hey.
I don't.
Just for nuclear
I
winter.
don't think that's going to help you too much at this point.
Buy this desk.
Can you just fast travel out of here?
No, you can't fast travel when you're indoors.
Gotta be
but
outside.
whatever. These guys would be fighting me if.
Yeah, they're good.
Makes you wish for a new
See, they're fine.
Yeah. We're good.
Let's
We're
head
good.
out and see if you get shot. All right, let's bounce.
All right.
Let's go see some wasteland and then call this a quick look.
Okay. Let's. We're gonna go to. Let's go to. Trying to think where would be a good spot that we could technically just like run in a direction and not find something super story related. See if my companion ever catches back up with me. It's kind of weird that she's not been around.
Is that how it happens? Like just randomly at some point they'll show back up?
It usually doesn't take this long. Usually it's kind of like the first time you fast travel, they're right there with you. But then this game is really good at not behaving in ways that you feel like it should probably behave.
Yeah.
It's a damn shame. It's a
Yeah,
damn shame.
yeah,
This would be
'cause-
like clear-cut Game of the Year contender material if it was better from a technical perspective.
Yeah, this is, if you count Oblivion, this is the third game now on this generation of hardware that Bethesda has done in this very specific style.
Yeah.
With
and,
this engine.
And a lot of people are quick to say, like, oh, classic Obsidian. And, they're not blameless in this, let's say. But this engine's been janky for years.
Yeah. Like
Oblivion was messed up in a lot of really crazy ways. So I don't think it's fair to necessarily lay all the blame at their feet. The blame is spread across the board.
Sure.
Everyone gets a little blame. Microsoft's certification team,
Maybe.
for example.
Maybe.
How the hell does a game this broken get onto shelves?
Yeah.
Thanks for getting me.
Other than the fact that it is an anticipated game that needs to be out by holiday.
Right.
And they can be worked with on things like that.
Right. And, now they have the option of patching post-release.
Yeah, so here's the Hoover Dam. It's a pretty
okay.
pivotal location.
All right.
The NCR and the Legion are fighting over control of the Hoover Dam. At the start of the game, the NCR has been holding the dam for a good long time after basically beating back the Legion. But a lot of things that are indicated to you very early on in the game kind of say that's what things are kind of building up to.
I mainly just wanted to get a sense of what this looked like outdoors.
Yeah.
Fallout 3.
Yeah, looks like Fallout.
Maybe a little more arid.
Uh-huh.
Maybe a little bit more brown, desert-like, but...
I will say, we should actually wait until get back to nighttime here, just so we can kind of get a look at Vegas from
the
outside of
distance?
Vegas.
Oh,
Like the
that's good.
glow of Vegas is
All right.
really impressive.
Kind
I
of a
thought.
cool place to
And things
end
like
on.
sunset and sunrise are pretty good too.
Yeah, that stuff always looked nice, even going back to Oblivion.
Yeah.
It's a nice engine from a certain standpoint, but
Yeah.
it is definitely showing its age.
Okay. Where?
But, ostensibly, Bethesda had Obsidian working on this, so they could probably be doing something a lot more grandiose at the same time.
Yep.
Like, I'd have to imagine whatever they do next will be on some kind of new technology.
I would hope so. That's really where it's at, where it needs to go from here.
Right.
And of course, we actually can't see Vegas from here. We'll
Find a hill.
Fast travel somewhere a little bit closer to it.
Yeah, like kind of like you were saying, like going back to Oblivion, I've felt that like this Bethesda style of RPG is in some ways like kind of the most amazing thing in games. Like just the openness and like the kind of dynamicism of everything.
Yeah, and it's you want to forgive some of the hassles and things that it puts you through because it is so grand in so many ways.
And there are so many things that can happen.
And you have to wonder. I mean, look at like Fallout 3 was a financial success.
Right.
Right. It sold very well. And it was busted. The game is busted.
Yeah.
Almost as busted as this game is.
Okay.
Like the things that I'm finding in this game are not new.
Right.
You know?
Right.
So at some point, at what point does it not necessarily give them anything to fix the bugs if people are going to buy it anyway,
Yeah,
right?
I guess.
Like it's
I
a cynical
guess.
way to look at it,
Right.
but you know, this is a business,
Right.
and
I'll agree with you. I don't know. The slightly more charitable way that I look at it is that it's probably damn near impossible to make something of this scope without a bunch of rough edges, you know?
right.
Like you can
well,
focus down on one thing and do it really well.
Well, I think they could. It would just
Or-
require them to spend a lot more time
Right,
on it and
right.
spend a lot more money on
Right,
it.
right.
And that's where it gets back into the game's going to sell, even though it's kind of messed up,
Right.
because it is a fantastic game,
Right.
and probably should sell.
Yeah.
But you have to put up with a lot of stuff. There's a lot of stuff that comes along with it.
But you know,
it's
I mean,
frustrating.
you see the same stuff in a lot of open world games.
Yeah.
Like it's just
I feel, well, yeah, I mean, yeah, open world games are janky by their nature. It's just kind of the way things are. But
right.
this is jankier than most.
Yeah.
That's Vegas.
That is Vegas, and this is
Vegas.
This is oh my goodness, this is New Vegas.
Right.
Fallout New Vegas.
And, it's in stores today.
Yeah,
so,
yeah.
You know,
Review on the site.
yeah. Read the review. It's you know, there's some people that I think will be really put off by the technical stuff, but give it a read, and unless that sounds completely terrible to you, I absolutely think you should play Fallout. New
Yeah,
Vegas.
yeah. Like this.
If you liked Fallout 3, duh.
Right. Like I sometimes I feel like it's like the laziest crutch a reviewer can use to say, hey, if you like the last one.
Yeah, but if
play
you were able to
this.
put up with that
But-
stuff and are willing to put up with a similar level of stuff,
Right. Like this seems like a pretty clear cut case of like if you want more of that last game,
Yep.
you should get this.
yep.